The first question is, select the correct option representing the excretory organs present in earthworm, centipede, prawn and flatworm. So the excretory system of the earthworm is called as nephridia. Centipedes and all the insects have excretory system called as the Malpighian tubules. Prawns, which is a crustacean, they have something called as a green gland as their excretory organ because it's green in color, and this is normally present in the head region. Flatworm and all the organisms belonging to the category of Platyhelminthes have something called as flame cells, which does the work of the excretion. It's called as flame cells because they actually look like flame, the shape of a flame. So let's match our option. We need the first one as nephridia, so which goes with C. Nephridia, Malpighian tubule, green gland and flame cells. So option C is the right answer. The next question, they're talking about which one of the following options shows a correct matching pair. So here they're talking about the modes of excretion. So we have three modes. One is a monotelic, in which ammonia is secreted as the excretory product, which is the most toxic form of nitrogenous waste. Then we have ureotelic, in which urea is excreted, less toxic version. Then we have uricotelic, which excretes uric acid, which is the least toxic of all. So ammonotelic are basically the marine animals. So this is not correct here. Fish cannot be uricotelic. Fish is an aminotelic mode of excretion they follow. Ureotelic is man. We have the mode of excretion which is ureotelic. So this is our correct option. Bird should be uricotelic and frog should also be ureotelic. So they are not the correct pair. The right answer is option A. Match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct option from the codes given below. So here in column 1 we have the first one is delivers blood to glomerulus. So the blood for the glomerulus is brought by the renal artery, which brings the blood for purification, filtration. So A goes with 2.2 here. Carries urine to pelvis, that's done by the collecting duct. So once the nephron filters all the blood, the filtrate is urine, which is collected from the collecting duct and brought into the pelvis of the kidney. The third one collects filtrate from the Bowman's capsule. So this is done by PCT. So after Bowman's capsule, the next part is the proximal convoluted tubule, also called as PCT, which collects the filtrate, and there is selective reabsorption, all that happening in the PCT. And the last one, loop of Henle. Loop of Henle has the ascending and the descending limb. So option D goes with the first one. So let's match and see. A is with 2. So your A is with 2, B is to be with 3. So this is here. C is with 4. That's also correct. And D is with 1 here. So option A is the correct answer here. The next question. Which of the following statement is correct? Malpighian corpuscle and glomerulus constitute the Bowman's capsule. Renal corpuscle and glomerulus constitute the Malpighian corpuscle. Bowman's corpuscle and Malpighian tubule constitute the glomerulus. And Bowman's capsule and glomerulus together constitute the renal corpuscle. So they're talking about renal corpuscle, Malpighian corpuscle and all that. So the nephron is divided into two parts. The first one is called as the renal corpuscle, also called as the Malpighian tubule. Malpighian tubule, or you can call as the Malpighian corpuscle. That's the other name for it. And second we have the renal tubule. which is all the other tube-like thing. Renal corpuscle or the Malpighian tubule consists of the glomerulus and the Bowman's capsule, the cup-shaped organ present there. Whereas the renal tubule consists of PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, the loop of Henle, then we have the DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and the collecting tubule. That's the part of the renal tubule. So let's just match and see. Malpighian corpuscle and glomerulus constitute Bowman's capsule. That's not correct. Renal corpuscle and glomerulus make the Malpighian corpuscle. That's not correct again. Bowman's corpuscle and Malpighian tubule consist of glomerulus. Not correct. So the answer should be D. Let's check. Bowman's capsule and glomerulus together constitute renal corpuscle. That's absolutely correct. Option D is the answer. The next one, nephron, juxtamedullary nephron constitute 15%, B is 45%, C is 65%, and D is 85%. So let's just see first what's a juxtamedullary nephron. So nephrons are basically divided into two categories. One, you have the cortical one, the next one is the juxtamedullary one. So like the name suggests, cortical nephron, the entire portion of the nephron is within the cortex, and a very small portion of the Henle's loop, very small, that will be in the medulla. Loop of Henle will be in medulla, very small portion. So if this is the medulla, this is the cortex, very tiny portion of the Henle's loop will be inside the medulla. Remaining maximum portion of the nephron is inside the cortex. And on the contrary, juxtamedullary one, the Henle's loop is going to be longer, and the entire Henle's loop is inside the medulla. So if this is the medulla, if this is the nephron, the entire Henle's loop will be inside the medulla. So the basic function of the Henle's loop is to maintain the salt-water balance, right? They are permeable and semi-permeable to the water content. That's where the absorption of water happens. So since the juxtamedullary nephrons do the osmoregulation part, they are less in quantity compared to the cortical nephron. So here the correct option is 15. We have 15% of the nephron which is going to be the juxtamedullary type, and remaining 75 other cortical one, which does the maximum filtration work here. So option A is our correct answer.